Welcome back to Google Guru. This video is brought to you by Cloud Sherpas.
Hello everyone, so this is video 2 of the top 10 Sherpa tips for email administration in the context of Google Apps. So video 1 was about MX record queries and whatnot on a Windows machine. This video is going to be about trying to debug a bounce back, which sounds basic, but it's actually a bit of an exercise. So Yana's been kind enough to provide me with a bounce back that she generated from her personal account. So the delivery status notification is always going to come from something really generic. This came from her personal account, so it makes sense that the mailer daemon at googlemail.com is the entity that's sending the bounce back to her. And it went to her personal account. And the details are as follows. She tried to send it to Yana with 2 A's at cloudsherpas.com. And this is the nice big error message we got back. It is a 500 level error message, which means it's a permanent error. It's multi-line, and most of Google's will be. So the bit that's actually going to be important is where it says which server is actually throwing back the error. So when the message was traversing Google's internal environment, got to the perimeter, it did an MX record lookup. So it did it against cloudsherpas.com, and if you watch my last video, you should have seen this, MX lookup, and you should be able to do this, cloudsherpas.com. Okay, so we see S7A1, which has the lowest MX preference. So note here, it says that it tried to deliver the message, but it was rejected by the server. S7A1.psmtp.com. So it was communicating with the first MX record for Cloud Sherpas, and this is the error that came back. So, so it says email account that you tried to reach does not exist, which is basically the same as recipient does not exist. Now, some administrators would then have open cases and they say, oh, well, why would my server be throwing back this error? Your server didn't. Keep that in mind. Your domain, your servers have no knowledge of what's in the recipient's domain, so it had to be their server that rejected the recipient. Now, by all means, definitely read through the error message, because that error message doesn't have to be recipient rejected. It could be something else, like a violation of corporate policy or something, which could very well be your server, that type of issue. But you just have to make sure that you're reading the error message and interpreting it correctly, and interpreting which server actually threw back the error message.